Hey there, welcome. It's Christina Johnson here, transformational nutrition coach and founder of the Emerge Weight Loss Method. And the holiday season is upon us. This is a time of year where it can be really challenging to stick with eating healthy. It's really easy to have the best intentions to make good choices and to continue losing weight in December. And it's also filled with temptations and lots of good food. And so it can be really easy to fall off track and then just feel like, well, I'll wait until January to get back on track. And so today's video is, I think, just going to be a quick one. I want to give you some insight into the situation. So the video is for you if you are wanting to stay on track during the holidays, or if you just feel in general like you get caught in that cycle where you can eat healthy for a while, you lose some weight, and then something happens, you fall off completely, and then you stay off for a while. So this video is for you if you want some insight into that situation and some ideas on how to handle it differently so that you stop falling so far off track and can continue losing weight and getting results. So the first thing I think we need to realize is that it is just not realistic to eat perfectly all the time forever. And I think when we go on all these restrictive diets, we get this idea that we have to be all in, like, have you ever done that where you think, okay, I'm going to start on Monday, I'm going to eat more vegetables, I'm going to eat a better breakfast, I'm going to cook every night for supper, I'm going to drink a gallon of water, I'm going to exercise every day, and I'm going to do all of this right away on Monday. And so we start all these new habits. We think that we have to be perfect and go all in, and it sets these high expectations. And then what happens is, as soon as we eat one cupcake or one Christmas cookie or one handful of chips, we feel like we blew the diet. And honestly, I hear people tell me, it feels so overwhelming to do all these things. It feels unrealistic. And so why bother? It's almost like in the back of our heads, we think, I'm never going to be able to do all of those things anyway. Why bother? And so then we just end up, instead of just having one cupcake or one Christmas cookie, we have 2 or 5 or 10. And instead of just getting right back on track with the next meal or the next morning, it takes a week or 2 weeks or, a month to really get back on track because the cravings come back. And, once we start eating the sugar, a lot of people feel like they can't stop. And so it's really easy to get in this cycle because then too, I think we end up beating ourselves up. We feel guilty. We go to bed upset that we ate that thing that we weren't going to eat, that we gave in to temptation. We look in the mirror and we're frustrated with how we look. And so we just get in this negative cycle. And when we're in that negative, beating ourselves up mindset, it's really hard to get out of it and to start eating better. And so I guess first of all, would you type 1 in the comments if you can relate to this cycle, if you feel like, if you've had that feeling where you just feel like you blew your diet because you had 1 or 2 things and then it's so hard to get back on track. Put a 1 in the comments if you can relate to that. And like I said, restrictive diets just perpetuate that cycle. So what we need to do, what I find works so well, is what I'm all about, which is creating a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. Because when we do this, we can really work through this issue. Because I want to share a couple things here. First of all, it is normal to have stumbles on your weight loss journey. No one, including myself, eats perfectly all the time and never falls off track. Because just think about it, like the holidays come every year, and for some people that is a time where it's really easy to fall a little off track. Or maybe you go on vacation and you eat more than you normally would or have more sugar, and then you come home and you're out of your healthy routine and you don't have groceries in the house and it's hard to get back on track. Or sometimes people tell me, they just get into a really busy or stressful season of life. They could be eating really well, losing all this weight for months, and then this stressful season hits, and then all of a sudden the weight comes back on. And so first of all, I just want you to know that is normal. It is normal that things will happen in life that throw us off track, that we're on this path of eating well and working on losing weight, and even maybe we've lost the weight and we're trying to maintain it, but life happens and we get thrown off track. And when we're in that restrictive diet mentality, when we think we have to be perfect or it's all or nothing, then instead of just getting off track and coming right back we tend to stay off track. And so this is what comes up often when I'm coaching clients or the members of the Emerge Weight Loss program. And so what we talk about often is that we need to do a couple things. One is our goal needs to be to create this healthy lifestyle so that we create this healthy foundation of habits. So what happens is, we can, instead of making all these changes at once, which feels overwhelming and unrealistic, instead we can focus on one at a time, being very intentional about adding in key healthy habits. So we build this foundation. So we add in a couple healthy habits one week. And then next week we choose a couple more that are the biggest needle movers. And then we build a couple more and a couple more. So after a couple months, you have this solid foundation of all these healthy habits that have just become part of your daily routine and part of who you are in your lifestyle. And what tends to happen then, and I see this over and over, is that sure, people still have stumbles. The holidays come, they go on vacation, they get busy or stressed, and they fall off track, but they don't fall all the way back to where they were before because they have this foundation built. So sure, they might fall down a little bit, but it is not back to where they were before they began. And so that is really important, because think about it. You keep doing this over time. You keep building that stack of healthy habits. Each time you fall, it's just not going to be as far. And that helps us stay on track. So that's one piece of it. But the other piece is we really need to learn how to get back on track faster. We need to catch ourselves as soon as possible and know what to do to get right back on track. And I think there's a couple things that I find work well for my clients when it comes to this. One thing is that in Emerge, we are so focused on eating in a way, yes, the goal is to lose weight, but we want to eat in a way that is fueling your body well and avoiding foods that are causing inflammation and problems in your body. And when you do this, when you lose weight in this way, what happens is you feel so much better. So, I have clients that when they're eating well, following their plan, they have so much more energy. They're sleeping better. Their digestion is better. The bloating goes away, the heartburn, the gas, the tummy troubles. They have fewer headaches. Their joint pain gets better. So they feel so good that when they fall off track, they right away know, they feel sluggish. They have joint pain that comes back. They, their digestion is not great again. They have headaches. And so they realize, I want to feel better again. So yes, they want to get back on track to lose weight, but what most people find is even more motivating, because it's more immediate, is they want to get back on track so they feel better again, so they have energy. And so that, I think, is one really, really important piece, is to lose weight by focusing on eating in a way that helps you feel better, because that's really motivating to stick with. I had a client a couple months ago tell me that her and her family went on vacation, and they just didn't eat how they normally do. They ate some things they wouldn't normally, and so by the end of the trip, they just weren't feeling as good. And she said that her and her husband were both so ready and actually looking forward to going home and starting to return to their normal healthy eating habits so that they would feel better. And so that's one of the benefits of really losing weight in a healthy way, is that you do feel better. Okay, so that was one piece of it. But then to also get back on track faster, it's really important to work on our mindset, to really work through not being so hard on ourselves when we slip up and make a mistake, because that's what leads to that negative thinking and that negative cycle. So we need to learn how to give ourselves a little bit of grace. Okay, I gave in and I ate a cupcake, and just be able to process through that and work through that without being hard on ourselves and so negative, so that we can just learn from that. Everything is an opportunity to learn so that we make a different choice next time and then just get right back on track. And so I find that is so helpful, is really working on the mindset, and also giving ourselves permission to enjoy foods every now and then that we want to enjoy without feeling guilty, so that we don't feel so restrictive and deprived. And so that's really the key, I think, is, instead of going on these restrictive diets that set those unrealistic expectations, we really just need to create this healthy, sustainable lifestyle. And as you do that, as you build these healthy habits, as it becomes more and more a part of your everyday normal, then sure, you'll stumble, but you're not going to fall as far. And you're going to want to return back to the healthy path because you know how good it feels. You know just how much more energy and how much better your body feels when you're fueling it well. And so that is just my recommendation, is to really focus on losing weight in a healthy, sustainable way so that it's not this on again, off again diet cycle. And that's what keeps us moving forward and keeps us losing weight and avoiding that, regaining all the weight that you worked so hard to lose. All right. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this topic. And if you want some support creating your own healthy, sustainable weight loss lifestyle and starting right now, learning how to do it through the holidays, through whatever you have going on, then just comment below or send me a message. Just send me a message, say that you'd like to learn more about the Emerge Weight Loss Program, and I would love to chat with you and to see if it would be a good fit for you. All right, I will see you again soon. Have a great night. Bye for now.